What's up, guys? It is JBeebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Cambridge United Road to Glory on FIFA 17. Despite our recent success of the last couple of seasons, personnel-wise, things have been going quite horribly. Everybody just wants to leave the club for no reason. So, we just got promoted, yet we're still trying to plug some holes, so it's needless to say, it's going to be interesting to see how things go for us. Starting things off, as we always do, Youth Academy, going to Paraguay for 6 months, get some defensively minded players. Going to Argentina for 6 months to get some playmakers. And going to Brazil for 6 months, get some technically gifted players. So I've decided to sell Liam Cooper to Feyenoord. 5.5 million. We needed the money, honestly, to get a player that I'm looking to get. So, had to do it. I've also loaned out Connor Murphy to Doncaster. He's going there for a year. Nothing big. Sign-in Dogan will be going on a 2-year loan move to Rochdale. He just hasn't fully solidified himself as a number 1 goalie or even the number 2. Don't want to hurt his playing time or hurt his potential, so send him out on loan. But we got a big transfer. Taylor Allen, after requesting to leave, I've decided to send him to Deport Alves for $28.5 million. So this is another example of those star players who just out of nowhere say, I want to leave now. In this transfer window, I don't have a choice. I try to get the best deal for them. But this is a big loss because he was definitely one of our best players. And we lose by far our best player at the club. Liam Kelly, he's gone to FC Porto for $56.5 million. He has potential to be special. He's an 81 overall. He literally controlled our midfield. He made our midfield good. He's one of the main reasons we got promoted. And he asked to leave and said, I'm gone. So he's gone to Porto. And it's, like, I don't understand what is going on. I don't know if this is just like a FIFA 17 thing, but every good player we have wants to leave. Even though we're in the Premier League, and we have still yet to play games. We don't know how good we are. A little bit less exciting news. Brian Quinn's going on a 2-year loan move to Real Zaragoza. And this is a player that I bought with the money that I thought I was going to have to save up for, but turns out didn't need to. Dennis Zakaria for a little over $66 million, 85 overall, yet only 24 years old. And just look at his stats. I mean, he has 96 stamina, so that means he can pretty much play every single game. Excellent dribbler, excellent passer, not the greatest shooter, but it's okay. Kind of picture him as a little bit more offensive-minded Conte. This is kind of what I'm looking at. And now, after an absolutely crazy preseason, we are now finally playing a game as we are hosting Chelsea in the Premier League. We're playing that same 4-3-3. Mendes is our new goalkeeper, because again, I said Cooper's gone. Halkias, Jacobs, De Graaf, Bennett make up the back line. Savinier, Robinson, Zakaria are in the midfield. Ed Green, Alger, and Kulanovic are the front three. And Chelsea is playing they say it's a 5-2-3. Really, it's their 3-4-3 that Conte played. Offense doesn't look that great, but the defense doesn't look that great either. I don't know. There might be some players, like Youth Academy players or younger players on Chelsea that just grew really quickly in this save. But regardless, I think this is a very winnable game. Here are the highlights.
To take the lead. They score! He could well have won the game for them. Great moment. It is a decisive moment in the match, you feel sure. In many ways, this is the great appeal of the game. Looking to play his teammate through. Shot on! Yes, a late goal here. So a goal for Chelsea.
The keeper's
So maybe saying it was a winnable game is a little bit of an overestimate, but it was a very competitive game. We ended up drawing 1-1. Not exactly the worst way to start off your Premier League campaign as a newly promoted team against Chelsea. So Alfie Watson will be departing the club. He's going to Bolton for $1.2 million. And let's continue. The star players requesting to leave. Ed Green has requested to be transferred, despite being a constant starter of the club. I don't know why he wants to leave, but he does. Callum Murphy is going on a 2-year loan move, two-year loan deal to Derby County. So joining the first team from the youth academy will be Fabio Vera, 56 overall, potential 72 and 92. Youth academy board objectives have to use him. Ollie Morris, however, I would promote him anyway. 6 foot defensive mid from England, 60 overall, 86 to 94 potential. That is very good, especially, I mean, 7 years is only going to grow to be so good. So, it'd be nice to have a second option. Gil Aguirre will also be joining the first team. 6'4" center mid with 80 to 94 potential. Definitely a work in progress, but a very interesting work in progress. Eduardo Rossi will be joining the first team. Technically gifted Brazilian center forward, 73 to 93 potential. I think I'm going to use him a lot. If it weren't for potentially Renato Pereira, again, another Brazilian technically gifted center forward, very similar overall, very similar potential. We're just going to see which one of these two progresses better, and then that will determine who is going to be playing more. Baptiste Belcour, French attacking mid, 58 overall. He's 88 to 94 potential. He's going to be a work in progress. It's going to take a while, but I think once he gets up to steam, once he starts playing well, I think he can be pretty good. So we got our pretty much annual bad news in the later months of the year that Lars de Graaf has torn his MCL and he's going to be out for 2 months. Like, it's not even funny at this point. It is pretty much just tradition to lose one of our center backs for 2 months towards the end of the season. And our starting goalkeeper, Alfonso Mendes, has broken his ankle and he's going to be out for 7 weeks. So it's just great, as we're getting right near FA Cup time, we're losing all of our key defenders. But this man could potentially make this episode not that bad. Dylan White, 6'1", left-footed English center mid, 58 overall, 91 to 94 potential. If he can end up being as good as his potential says, having him in that midfield will help so much. Because we are a little undersized in the midfield. But, hopefully that can change with him. So, here's the worst news of all. Kulinovic, he wants to leave. Because he is homesick, even though Paraguay doesn't have any teams in this game. I don't understand. I don't understand why all of our players keep wanting to leave. It doesn't make sense. Especially since we are 10th. We are 5 points off of Europe. We're not doing poorly. We're playing very well. But they all just want to leave. And I don't understand. I just don't understand. I mean, at this rate, I don't know if this thing is ever going to progress past this point. Because we just bring in a player. Up two of our starters. Actually, 4 of our starters in this episode request to leave. So at this point, we're losing 4 players to bring in 1. So this is why I constantly have the Youth Academy going. Because for some stupid reason, all of our star players just like to leave. I don't know how I'm going to fix this. Next episode is going to be quite interesting to see what happens with our season and who is on our team at the end of it. Subscribe if you want to see that, or check it out if you're not watching this on the day it came out. It's coming out tomorrow, or it's already out. Just go watch it. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and it is J Beebs signing off.